My name is Brandon. I started this channel to help addicts that are active in addiction to understand that it is possible to quit using drugs and alcohol. I've been clean for almost 16 years now. I was hopelessly addicted to drugs and alcohol from the time I was 17 to the time I was 35. I got high every single day, one way or another, all day long. I mean, I would either, if I didn't have a way to get high, I would leave work to go find that to come back. I was a functioning addict for years until my disease progressed enough that I could no longer work because I didn't have time to do that because I had to go get high all day, every day. And it became a vicious cycle. I was getting high because I was so upset about the fact that I was getting high. And I tried to commit suicide over and over again. I ended up in the emergency, in intensive care. I ended up in a psychiatric hospital. I overdosed, and when the paramedics brought me back, I was mad. I was mad that they had brought me back to this hopelessness that I had, and it doesn't have to be like that. It is possible. It is possible to move on and have a life after all of this. I did 10 years in prison, and prison wasn't even the bottom for me. Yes, I didn't have, crack cocaine. I didn't have Oxycontins. I wasn't speedballing. I wasn't doing all the things that I was doing on the streets. But, I still used alcohol from time to time. And I think that was all part of my recovery process. I mean, I know that's not textbook. And let me state that I am not a drug counselor. I have no licensing as a drug counselor. What I am is a recovered alcoholic and drug addict that is successfully sober today and moved on with my life. And I named this channel Rise O Sleeper because my wife and we were both addicts together, and we felt like we didn't wake up until we got sober. We were just, the walking dead, so to speak, until then. So, that's why I called it Rise O Sleeper. And, but, I know how I felt when I was an addict. I know how I felt every day that, I thought that I was stuck in what I was doing, that I had no choice but to go get high. I had no choice but to, go smoke some crack because I was so upset over the fact that I was gonna smoke crack for the rest of my life. And I'm just so happy and thankful today that I am past that I don't have that anymore. I've got 4 beautiful grandchildren that are a big part of my sobriety. They're they need me in their lives, and they can't afford for me to go back out and use again because they need me to take care of them. And I don't know, it's not an easy process. Like I said, don't give up. Don't beat yourself down for failing. Just keep plugging away, and eventually all that stuff will sink in and make sense. What worked for me And what I think one of the keys to it is dealing with that underlying issue of what hurt you so bad to take you there in the first place. Mine, I was 17. I moved out of my parents' house, and it started out as a good time. I mean, I remember the very first beer I ever had, sitting in a high school football game, sitting in a car, drinking a beer before that, and it was off to the races after that. I think, can safely say that I pretty much drank every day after that. I delivered pizzas for a living. I had 2 jobs. I worked construction during the day, and I delivered pizzas at night. And every night when I would get there to deliver pizzas, I'd have one of the other drivers go buy me, a 5th of liquor, and just some stupid stuff like schnapps or something, and I would drink the whole entire bottle while I was out delivering pizzas. And it progressed into I tried weed. I didn't really like it, and from there, I did a lot of drinking. I tried acid, and then I tried cocaine, and I fell in love with cocaine, and it just progressed and progressed, and so I don't think that everybody, I don't think anybody starts out wanting to be an addict. If I think a lot of people think that they can beat it, that they can, they're not that type of person. They're not gonna let it get that kind of hold on them, and you don't realize till it's too late the hold that it has on you. And I've done things that I don't know, they'll haunt me for the rest of my life. I've hurt family members. I've done things. My grandparents I was super close to my grandparents, and I used to steal money from them. I used to, just steal their medications. One time I even went to my grandparents' house at 10 o'clock at night and told them that somebody was trying to kill me if I didn't hurry up and get some money over to them because I owed them some money for some drugs. And that wasn't true. I just, was coming down and wanted to go back up. And I've forgiven myself, but, my grandparents died while I was in prison, and I have to live with that for the rest of my life. I have to, face that fact that I hurt those people, and they're not here today to see that I'm okay, and that hurts. But I don't know. I hope that this somebody sees this and somebody understands what I'm saying, and then it might sink through to somebody. I'm gonna keep making these videos. I'm gonna keep talking about it because I think it's important. I see these videos on TV of people just living in the streets, passed out in the streets with needles in their arms. And it's not just in Los Angeles and in New York City. It's right here. I live in Ohio, and there's people that are in at the bottom right here. I mean, it's everywhere. It's not, you know, it's not something that, I don't know. I just don't know what to say about it. But I wanted, you know, I feel like the reason that I'm still alive today is, or there's a reason for it, you know, and if that reason is because I need to be able to talk to somebody, be able to put this message out there for people to be able to hear it, somebody that needs it. If one person hears this story and you know, is able to have their life changed by it, then it was all worth it. And so, you know, I'm gonna continue doing these, like I said, and if I have already put out another video, it'll be right up here. I ask that you would like and subscribe to this video, and that you could, you know, help the algorithm pick up. You know, I'd like for these videos to get some traction so that they can get out there to other people so that they can see them. If you're watching this and you have a family member that's a drug addict and you're not, I want you to know that it's not anything that you did. You're not responsible. And I don't think it's anything that they could, you know, stop. I know they couldn't stop like just like that. You know, people that aren't addicts don't realize that. But it's definitely true. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time. And you know, it just, as hard as it is, if you can just keep loving them, and you know, I don't know, but I want you to know that if you're an addict, that, you know, there are people that care about you and love you. I care about you and love you. I'm doing this because I want to help, and with that, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.